So, you know how I've always been talking about how money talks, bullshit walks when it comes to the Monsterverse? Well, money is definitely talking, apparently, because it looks like we finally got some confirmation on the status of the multiverse post Godzilla vs. Kong. And, yeah. Now, keep in mind there isn't a lot to go on, really. It's just this came from the Hollywood Reporter, which is usually... Hollywood Reporter is usually 80-90% factual. If this was from We Got This Covered, I wouldn't even give it a time of day, because We Got This Covered most definitely does not have this covered. If I ever see like stuff from We Got This Covered, then I was like, oh, so this is totally bullshit. But Hollywood Reporter and also Bloody Disgusting was also reporting on this, so I was like, all right, this holds some weight, so I guess I can, I can talk about this. I can give this... this has a little weight to it. So yes, this is the big thing right now. This is the big news that just broke a little while ago. So yes, it looks like Legendary is talking to Adam Wingard to do another movie for the Monsterverse. It also seems like in some reports that it looks like they're looking to Adam Wingard to be their Kevin Feige in a way. It looks like Wingard might be their Kevin Feige for the Monsterverse going onward, which I think is a smart move. I think you need someone in charge of your universe. You need a Kevin Feige in your universe, or you need a Kathleen Kennedy, or for some people, Jon Favreau. You need a captain for your shared universe, is all I'm saying. You need a captain for your shared universe. Alex Kurtzman was supposed to be that for the Universal Monsters, the Dark Universe. Now for Star Trek, fucking Christ, Kurtzman. But yeah, look, and also, but now Lee Whannell is in charge of the new monster movies. For the looks of it, especially for Invisible Man and soon to be Wolfman, and there's also talk that Whannell will be overseeing these movies. So all I'm saying is you need a captain, and Wingard seems like the right person to be like the overseer for the monster movies going forward, or for the Monsterverse going forward. So that's where we kind of are right now. Now, there hasn't been a lot of talk of what movie he's going to be doing for the Monsterverse. We really don't have a solid idea of what he could be doing for the Monsterverse, but there is a lot of talk of one thing in particular. And the name on the inside, the thing on the inside is that the movie is Son of Kong. Yeah, a remake of Son of Kong, which, alright, okay, the Son of Kong, even though Kong is the last of his kind. So it looks like, yes, it does look like another Kong movie for this story. Which I kind of predicted that the next movie in the Monsterverse would be a Kong movie, because I imagine the rights to Godzilla right now are kind of up in the air with between Toho. I imagine behind the scenes is that Toho and Legendary are kind of like feeling each other out, and maybe as we speak, probably negotiating stuff right now. Like that could be the case, is that they may be negotiating what comes next for Godzilla in the Monsterverse. So for right now, they're probably like, let's just do a Kong movie and focus on Kong right now, because we own those rights. We don't have to worry about Toho getting into anything with us there. So let's just do a Kong movie and go from there. That's probably the safe route. It's actually the smart route, too, because I wouldn't mind another solo Kong movie. I've talked about this before, is that if you're going to follow on with the Monsterverse, Kong is your best bet, and depending on where other monsters could be. But again, it's just the word on the street is that it's a Son of Kong movie. So there hasn't been an official confirmation that this new movie is even a Kong movie. We don't know. That's all that inside sources are saying, is that the working title right now is Son of Kong, and that could even be a cover for another monster. That could easily be a cover for a totally different monster, and they're just using it to hide. Kind of like how they covered the Blair Witch movie, which, funny enough, Adam Wingard also directed that movie, the third Blair Witch movie, and called it The Forest at first, and then at Comic-Con it's like, oh no, it's Blair Witch. It's the next Blair Witch movie. So it could be that. And again, I find that's a funny comparison because Wingard did do that too. So, yeah. So let's talk a bit about what you could do with let's go with this idea of a Kong, of a new Kong movie, especially like Son of Kong. Obviously, I don't think Kong's going to find it. Well, he may find in Hollow Earth a last remaining female Kong. They get it on, and now Kong has a son, which would be kind of fun to see because we've never really this sounds like the way I'm pitching it is like a better version of King Kong Lives. Like this whole idea of Kong raising a family, and this Kong could easily do it too. Like I wouldn't mind seeing a Kong. If you're hearing any sounds, that's my cat. That is, if you're hearing any sounds in the microphone, that's my cat. But yeah, I think that would be kind of a neat idea, is to do a better version of King Kong Lives, not the stupid heart thing. And maybe Kong finds an orphan and is just like, oh, you're my son now. Just kind of like how Minya was basically like, where Godzilla found Minya and I was like, alright, I guess it's mine. That may be the thing with Kong, is that he finds this infant in Hollow. But then again, like, how would you find someone that young if Hollow Earth's been cleared out? Like, because in the novel, we found out that Godzilla, not his race, Godzilla solely, wiped out a majority of Kong's race and chased them out of Hollow Earth himself, and chased them out into Skull Island, where the Skull Crawlers finished them all off except for Kong. So that's where I'm wondering, is that could it be that Kong finds the last female of his kind in Hollow Earth, or does Monarch find a Kong on like some other island that escaped, like young Kong, or one like his race out in the world? So that's there's a lot of questions there. But then again, they didn't, in the original Son of Kong, they didn't really explain any. They didn't really go into much explanation with Son of Kong either, of why there's a small Kong around on the island, on Skull Island, and why wasn't he around with Kong when Denim took him off the island? That doesn't make any, like, there's no explanation there. So maybe they can give a little bit of an explanation here. The other thing is, like, I'm wondering, like, I would love to see more explanation of Hollow Earth. Since Kong now looks like Kong has taken over Hollow Earth, I want to see some more, like, exploration into Hollow Earth and what could be out in there in Hollow Earth. We know the Warbats, aka the Nazuki, are there. I would like to see, like, a new version of Ga. If you don't know who Ga is, Ga was the original god of Skull Island. He was the OG god. He was the real reason why there was a wall built in Skull Island. And Kong, when he was old enough, challenged and killed Ga and took his place as the god of Skull Island. So I would love to see, like, a new version of Ga challenge Kong and fight for, like, who rules Hollow Earth. That would be kind of a neat idea to play out. Maybe more primal versions of the Skull Crawlers too. But then again, we've had Skull Crawlers, but I like them as enemies to Kong. So I'd like to see more like primordial Skull Crawlers out there in Hollow Earth. Yeah, just original monsters. I'm not asking for, like, a version of Baragon or something. I would just, Kong gives you this chance to do, like, monsters, original monsters. And that's probably something they want to do for the Monsterverse here on out, is more original monster content instead of more monsters that they have to pay the rights for. And maybe we could and remember, Warner Brothers did a lot of monster movies in the 50s that they own the rights to, so we could get Monsterverse versions of classic 50s monster movies. That's another thing you have to look at for this. So that's the big that's one of the major things you have to look at with the Monsterverse going forward. And I'm glad it actually is going forward. I may have had my problems with Godzilla vs. Kong, but I was like, yeah, I want to see where this goes. I really do want to see where they could go with the Monsterverse. I really want to see how this could all play out. And I'm really excited. I'm glad Adam Wingard's back for this. This could probably you could do a lot less with humans, but I wouldn't mind better humans. I didn't mind Gia and the Monarch crew that were around Kong. They were the better of the two human groups, personally. So I wouldn't mind them coming back in this new Kong movies. Again, take this all with a grain of salt. That's just the word on the street. And again, Son of Kong may not even be the movie Adam Wingard's working on, or it's the code word they're using to cover what the movie really is. So I was just going under the assumption of, oh, well, what if it really is Son of Kong? Let's just talk about that. But there is a good chance that may not be a Son of Kong movie. It may be a Kong movie, or it may not even be centered around Kong or Godzilla. We don't know. All we know is Warner, like I said, money talks, bullshit walks, and money is certainly talking with the the Monsterverse. Because right now, post-pandemic, it's doing the best out of every movie right now. Is that, yeah, it's holding up better than every other movie out there during this pandemic. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Do you guys think it's do you think it's a Son of Kong movie? Do you think it might not be? And what are your thoughts on this, on the apparent continuation of the Monsterverse on a whole? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.